this stuff. Not much there. All right, we're coming up to the second round here at the Sala Polivalente here in Bucharest, Romania. Glad that you can be with us on our webcast at DonKingTV.com. Everyone watching live across Canada, glad that you can be with us. Jojo Dan in 2007 had 4 victories. A little bit long in the stopwatch in between rounds. They tell me it's about 1 minute and 15 seconds. All right, nonetheless, here we go with round number 2, scheduled for 10 rounds. Right of your screen in the black trunks, former world champ RAUL BALBI. BALBI had a win in a second round, a knockout over Diego Ponce in Buenos Aires his last time out. He walks into that right hand again on the left hook, which is actually a left-hand power shot by Jojo Dan, being the southpaw that he is. Dan is catching BALBI coming in, and he's timing his jab pretty good. You know, I talked about him not getting all the power that he could behind his jab, but when he throws it kind of in a hooking motion, he catches this guy coming at him. And a couple of times, kind of like a bull passing a matador, as BALBI has gone past him. He's nailed him with shots to the body and to the head. So Jojo Dan kind of slick. I like it. Undefeated, 20-0, 11 KOs. And he's in with a world-class guy, a former lightweight champion of the world. So this is good stuff for Jojo Dan. Lets that left hand fly down the middle, and that's the way to beat the orthodox fighter. And there's the right hand right back by BALBI, and that's the way to beat the southpaw. And he knows it. So far, Dan is doing a nice job dipping his right shoulder in where BALBI is more squared up. So in spite of the fact there's only 2 inches in reach, it looks like there's about 4 or 5 inches in reach for Jojo. Now they get tied up. Stan gives him the voice signal. They don't break, so he's in there immediately and separates him. And again, he's a Hall of Fame referee from South Africa. In fact, he's probably the most famous person in South Africa in boxing. A couple of nice shots by Jojo Dan. Dan again in the blue trunks to the left of your screen. That's RAUL BALBI in the black trunks now with his back to you and the advertising on his back. Straight right hand again. And there's the left one right down the middle. That's the power shot for Jojo Dan. Oh, he's doing a nice job getting that left hand off now. Nice movement side to side. Positioning himself with the jab. And there's the left hand down the middle again. A little bit of a welt by the right eye and cheekbone of RAUL BALBI. BALBI would like to fight this on the inside, but Dan's fairly quick on his feet, and he fights up at the balls of his feet, and he gets in and out of there pretty good as the bell ends round 2. That's a Jojo Dan round. Since we have a big Canadian audience, one of your fighters, Carl Handy, who is from New Orleans in the United States but fights and trains in Montreal and Quebec, Canada, he had a unanimous decision victory earlier in a fight he dominated over Vasily Andrianov. And here's the replay from round number 2. As you see, nice combinations by Jojo Dan. Most of the stuff landing. Wild with his shot is BALBI, and Dan stays nice and tight with his defense and able to counter him. BALBI has Mario Tedesco and Sebastian Rivero working that corner with him. All right, here we go. Round number 3, Jojo Dan and RAUL BALBI. BALBI again hails from Buenos Aires in Argentina, 55-8-1, 38 KOs. Former lightweight champ. Had his win for the title over Julien Lorcy in France. Later lost that title here to Leonard Dorin. the Romanian fighter, right here at the Sala Polivalente here in Bucharest, Romania. Back to the jab is Jojo Dan, and it's been effective for him. Everything upstairs right now. And as I say that, he finally goes to the body. Jojo tries to keep the pressure on RAUL BALBI. Loads up the left hand. Remember, that's the power shot for the southpaw. Good-looking kid. In 07, all his fights in Canada. In fact, all of his fights have been in Canada. And here they are going at it again. He had victories over Chris Henry, Ricardo Cano, Walter Acosta, and Paul Delgado. Delgado, he stopped in the 12th round for the NABA title. He also knocked out Acosta in the second round of that fight. And in his last fight, Leonardo Corona in Montreal was a third-round KO victim. So Jojo Dan has got some considerable power, and he's showing it in the early going year against a former world champ, RAUL BALBI. There it is! A big shot drops him! I don't know if he's going to be able to recover! It's up to 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. He's at his knees! 8, 9, and 10! It's all over! Round 3, like a bolt of lightning! Jojo Dan knocks out RAUL BALBI! How about that? We were just talking about a third-round knockout, and bang, he nailed him. And BALBI could not recover. And Stanley Christodoulou counted him out. That's a big win for Jojo Dan. The guy that's punching like this, you're going to see more of him. How about that? RAUL BALBI comes all the way here from Buenos Aires, and he gets surprised. Let's watch it here. Right on the button. The left hand right down the middle, caught him right on the chin. Boom! And spun the head. Oh, look at that. Just snapped the head. Woo! You won't see a better knockout than that. Right on the button, and his eyes are gone. Thank goodness with a shot like that, he's okay now. So the 26-year-old Jojo Dan returns to Romania and makes a nice scene. A lot of local family and friends here to see Jojo, who lives and trains in Montreal, Canada, and brought over here and shined tonight with a third-round knockout victory. How about that? So Jojo Dan retains the NABA Junior Welterweight Championship in dramatic fashion with a third-round knockout over RAUL BALBI. We still have to make this official, and as soon as our ring announcer, Amy Hayes, is set, we will go to her and we'll make it official. But it can't be more clear than what Stanley Christodoulou did. Jojo Dan, the NABA Junior Welterweight Champion. All right, here's Amy Hayes.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Stanley Christodoulou calls a halt to the action. After 3 rounds, 1 minute 45 seconds, your winner by way of knockout and still champion, Jojo Dan.
So it's official, Jojo Dan winner by knockout in the third round. It came at 1:45 of round number 3. All right, so good start for the night here as we got to see a little bit of Silvio Branco and his victory over Benzania as they were repairing the ring mat for us in the early going here. And now we see Jojo Dan in his third round knockout victory